He's got a fucking album on iTunes. I forgot the name of it. You can ask him about it afterwards. It's fine. This guy, what more can I say? I love him so much. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Mikey Manker.
Half fucking price tonight. This is bullshit. $4 to see me. Let's give for Jake because Jake, where's your beer that you want me to get? Where was it?
It's behind you.
Where behind me? Oh, right there. There it is. Thank you. Jake because ladies and gentlemen. Great. Love it. Thanks for coming out. I'm in such a good mood. This bitch got health insurance. You have excited health insurance. You don't have health insurance. Of course not. Of course you don't have health insurance. I got health insurance. I went online, clicked buttons, got it. I don't know when I got it, but I got it. I went to the doctor a couple days ago. I went to the doctor and I was sitting there. And before, just for my annual checkup, and before like the doctor talks to you, you gotta talk to his like nurse or whatever. So I'm in the office and his nurse comes in. And she's like asking all these questions. She's like, alright, so do you take any medication? I go, no. She goes, alright, do you have any weird aches and pains? I go, no. She goes, alright, here's a question for you. Do you smoke or do you drink? And I was like, I don't smoke. I do drink though. She goes, alright, do you drink socially or every day? I was like, both. Both of those. I pretty much drink every day because there's people around. I don't know, does that count? And she goes, here's a question. Let's talk more about this. She goes, do you ever drink alone? I was like, oh, all the time, it's fantastic. And she got kind of concerned. I'm like, well, no, I do drink alone, but I'm not sad about it. I'm not like in my room, like the lights off, like drinking whiskey, like reading old love letters. I'm usually on the couch, I'm like watching TV, music. She goes, so you drink alone? I go, right, alone, but right, roommates should be home soon. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry about this. I got this. And then she goes, have you ever felt like you needed a drink in the morning just to start your day? And I was like, no, that's a great idea. Thank you for telling me that one. I'll do that. That'll work. I like you. I was, speaking of drinking, I was in St. Louis this past weekend visiting my dad. And I had like a rental car and I was driving around. And I saw this billboard. And the billboard, it wasn't advertising. It was just like yelling at you, like something you didn't even do. And the billboard, what it was two pictures. One was like, it was a car crashed into a tree. Both the exact same picture. And the one picture said buzz. And the other one said drunk. And then on here it said, buzz driving is drunk driving. And I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I've done them both. It couldn't be more fucking opposite. Like, when I was living in St. Louis, I would just drink because you had to. There's no fucking cabs. There's like one cab that said you have to drink and drive. So I would, like, they're so different. Because who here has ever drank and drive? Buzz or drunk? It's fucking, you know, like, buzz driving is fun. Like, drunk driving is even fucking funner. That shit's awesome. Like, when I was drinking, like, if I was buzzed, I would always get home and pull into my driveway, park it out perfectly. One time I was so hammered driving, I drove to what I thought was my house and fell asleep in a gas station parking lot. Like, it's so different. Like, here's the deal. If you're drinking and driving and you're fucking hammered, you get into an accident, it's because you were drunk, right? If you're drinking and driving and you're buzzed and you get in an accident, you're just a bad driver. That's what you're just fucking shitty at driving. Here's how I know they're very different too. Like, if you're hammered and you get pulled over by the cops, and the cop says, how much have you had to drink? You go, just a few. To get out of a DUI, you tell them you're buzzed. That's how you get out of it. That's how it works. I'm single now. It's one of the few things I do well is being single. I love it. I had a girlfriend last year, and it fucking sucked because we would fight all the time. One time, like, she would yell at me about, like, she found porn on my computer one time, and she was like, this is, how often you watch this? And I was like, I don't know, like once a day, probably. And she goes, that's gross. You're an addict. You're a pornaholic. I'm like, I'm not a fucking pornaholic, alright? Don't use that. I like porn. I watch a lot of porn, but I've never watched so much porn that I missed work because of it. Like, I've been late, but I've never missed work because of it. I can get one more in. I get it in the box fucking by side. You know what I'm talking about. And she would accuse me of shit more. She would always yell at me. Like, we would be in bed together and we would be done. And then she would I would try something new and she's like, Where'd you learn that? From porn? I'm like all offended. Like, of course I fucking did. What are you taught? Like, I'm pretty sure in grade school sex ed they don't teach you to spin an asshole. I got that from porn, right? This guy knows what I'm talking about. You'll all know what I'm talking about too. And then she's like, when you masturbate, do you finish? Like, of course, I'm not a fucking Jedi. Of course I fucking finish. Where are you coming? Where are you? I'm like, I don't know, like a sock or a t-shirt. She goes, that's disgusting. I go, no, the dishwasher's disgusting. I do like a man. This girl knows what I'm talking about. Oh, that's alright. I was telling you I was in St. Louis. I was visiting my mom and my dad. They're divorced. And I was over at my mom's house, and she's like, I want to show you something. And she's coming downstairs in the basement. She opened like my box of stuff, and she pulled out this like card I made for her. Here's the deal. I have two sisters, one older, one younger. When I was like 5, my mom had my sister Melanie, my baby sister. And like a year later, my mom got pregnant again, and unfortunately, she had a miscarriage. So what happened was, I remember I was at home, and she got like rushed to the hospital, and I was at home with my dad and my grandpa, I think it was, and my grandma was there too, and then they were going to go visit my mom in the hospital. Now, I was 5. I didn't know what a miscarriage was. So I go, Grandma, can I make Mom a card for you to take to her to the hospital? And my grandma was like, oh, sure, honey, sure. So she gave me some crayons and like construction paper. And I remember drawing this card specifically. I remember when I drew a picture of like our house. I drew our dog. I drew my dad, me, my sisters. I drew the sun shining, a couple clouds. And over here, keep in mind, 5, didn't know what a miscarriage was. Last time my mom was pregnant, went to the hospital, had a baby. I drew my mom holding a newborn baby. And over here in big caps I wrote, Happy Miscarriage! Which there's no such thing as a happy, even if you're poor, it's still kind of a bummer, right? I didn't know I was 5. I had no clue what a miscarriage was, but I found out what one was within 3 minutes, and my grandma saw the card, horrified, took it to my dad and was like, Ray, you need to fucking talk to your kid. Oh, is he upset about the miscarriage? Nope, couldn't be happier. It's on fucking cloud 9. But that's very strange. Like, he doesn't like me living here because there's gay people around. Like, and he said that. Like, he's like, oh, I don't get it. Like, I don't get people who are like against like gay marriage. Like, I think that's fucking awesome. I'm so happy that gays can get married now. But here's why. Like, I don't give it because I actually don't believe in marriage, but I'm happy the gays can because like even if you're against the idea of 2 guys or 2 girls getting together, like don't people like understand how much fun a gay wedding's gonna be? They have any fucking clue? Like every time I have like a house party and like my friends shit at friends and I get a phone call, like one of my gay guys friends is like, hey, we're coming over. I'm like, alright, I'll clean up right now. Like, guys, we're getting good drunk, so I can tuck in your shirts. I'm not tucking your shirts. The gay guys are on their way. Here's how I know gay weddings are gonna be awesome. I got 2 invitations to 2 different weddings that are happening on the exact same weekend in June. One is for my straight couple friend, one is for my gay couple friend. I'm judging about which one I'm going to based on the invitation alone. Now, my straight couple friends, their invitation says something like, it's like, Minnie and Steve are celebrating like a picture like a forest with a pathway. Come join us as we get some fucking gay. Who gives a shit? But over here, I have my gay couple friend, Dan and Corey. Their invitation, I shit you not, is jet black, and it says, Dan and Corey getting hitched. A picture of a cross burning, and under here it says, don't bring your fucking kids. I'm gonna go to that one. That's one. The greatest wedding of all. These 2 know what I'm talking about. Back row next. I'm gonna leave on this. I was raised Catholic. I was born atheist, but raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic grade school, kindergarten to 8th grade, then 8th grade again, and then I went to a very private Catholic high school. I went there for 1 semester, and my grades were so bad, I failed out. My dad pulled me out and was like, listen, we're not going to pay 10 grand to have you fail. We're going to pull you up, put you in the local shitty public high school, and if you get your grades up, with the money you save, we'll buy you a car. I was like, deal. I was 15, who gives a shit? So I go into this really shitty public high school. And it was the first time in my life I had class with a few white kids, but mainly all black kids. And there was this one black guy, all 3.5 years, I remember specifically, his name was Michael Allen. But we couldn't call him Michael Allen. We had to call him Showtime. Because that's what was tattooed on his neck was Showtime. Here's Showtime's backstory. Showtime was an amateur junior Olympian Gold Gloves boxer. At the time, he was training to box in the 2000 Sydney Games. He was the craziest person you've ever... Showtime, he has some of the craziest Showtime here on his chest, he had tattooed, "Hose ain't shit," on his chest. And hose was spelled wrong, but we were too afraid to tell him otherwise. That's not where it gets crazy. On his arm, he had tattooed, "Nasty nigga," and this one, "Dog ass." Dog ass on a 15-year-old's arm. Like Showtime, what do you have those? And Showtime goes, "It's for when I dump my bitch." And he holds his arms out. Now, if you're trying to figure out how that makes sense, just fucking stop, right? It's taken me 15 years, I still can't fucking piece it together. He was the craziest. First day of school, he punched me in the face. I had no idea what was. I got to school, knew nobody. I sat down with Showtime. He goes, "You a bitch." And I was like, "Defend yourself." I go, "You're a bitch." And wrong answer. Fucking hit me right now and sat right back down. Here's the greatest story of Showtime. This is the last time I saw Showtime, or anybody in school saw Showtime. It was senior year. And it was senior year. It was like last semester. We were in some class. It was like some current events class, like some ethics class, and like April or May. And we had a woman speaker in. A woman, she was like 45, and her story was for 40 years of her life, she had lied to herself and said she was a straight woman when in fact she was a lesbian. She had a husband, a couple of kids. One day she couldn't take anymore, got divorced, met some woman, and went on. And the whole idea of the story was, guys. You know, when you get out to the real world, college or not, probably not college, when you guys get out there, just accept yourself, embrace it, and love yourself, and move on and work hard. Which is a great message. Then she goes, "Alright, I'm going to take a couple questions. Who's got a question?" And some girl was like, "Yeah, do you ever see your ex-husband?" And she's like, "Yeah, we're really good friends. We have joint custody of the kids. He's a great guy. We're actually really good friends now." Who else has a question? Some girl was like, "How'd your family react to you coming out of the closet?" She's like, "Well, at first they were kind of bummed out, but they kind of grew to love me and my partner." She goes, "Anybody else have a question?" I'm sitting in the front row. She goes, "Oh, you in the back." I turn around. Showtime has his hand in the air. I was like, "Yes!" She goes, "Yes, you in the back." Showtime stands up and goes, "I got a question. Why do you eat pussy? That shit